here in the AFC South. Uh, this segment really is for Jags fans who are in the stupor right now, who have their heads down low, and they're like, "Oh man, we suck again." All this stuff. This also goes out to the national media and everyone who jokes about Urban Meyer right now. If y'all just give me the floor for a couple minutes, I just want to let this out here. So I personally am very confident in Urban Meyer. The reason why, Urban Meyer has the same obsessive personality as a Nick Saban, as a Bill Belichick, as a Bill Walsh, right? The reason I say that, and the reason I'm putting them in that echelon of coaches is in one of Bill Walsh's books. He records a time where he's his first year as a coach with the San Francisco 49ers. It just had a Monday night game with the Miami Dolphins, and they lost the game, right? And on the flight back home, he was so distraught about it that he thought that he wasn't going to make it. He was like, hey, I can't do it. I'm about to take my life. It was real bad. He was at a real bad place, right? Because he obsessed so much over winning and trying to figure out how he could win and why he couldn't get them to win, okay? Later on, once they landed, he got himself together, but he took all that energy to try to figure out, hey, how could they win? Now this is a time where they went 2-14, right? They're terrible, and then they grow into the 49ers dynasty of the 80s and 90s that we all remember now. So Urban Meyer has that same type of personality when it comes to winning and losing, right? A lot of people in national media are making fun of the quote that he had after the game, right? Very Tebow-esque. You're never going to see another team work as hard, blah, 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 right? And he's like, oh, they're only 0-2. He's already doing this. It's because he's so obsessed with winning. And he's so obsessed with winning to the point to where he's going to try to question everything, right? He did the same thing at Florida with Chris Leak at quarterback. When he first got to Florida, the offense didn't look well with Chris Leak at quarterback, and he couldn't figure out why. He was like, hey, this guy has talent. I don't know why. Why can't this, why is the offense not looking good? And then he, went through everything that could possibly be wrong. And then he realized that Chris Leak had dyslexia. And they were doing all their meetings like on the whiteboard and stuff like that, this and this. And he realized that Chris Leak wasn't getting it because, that's not how he learned. So every meeting they did with him, with offensive install, they took it from the classroom, went out to the field and just did everything there. They never used the whiteboard again with Chris Leak. And they had a professional person come in and teach them how to do all that stuff, right? So that little things like that, he will go through everything, try to figure out, hey, why are we not winning? And try to figure out what he can do to fix the whole process. So it may take a little longer in the NFL than it did for him in college, but Urban Meyer is the right guy for Jacksonville, and Jaguars fans, it's going to come. Just be patient with it. Go ahead.
So we always gotta create a window on this podcast. You say it's gonna take a little long. At what point would Christian, and how long would it take for you to get new information to be like, yeah, this is not gonna happen the way I thought? Because you can only keep tanking, or not tanking, or be bad for so long, trying to accumulate draft picks and get nothing out of it.
I think at most 3 years. It's not going to take him that long. I still don't think that the Jags are going to be that bad this year. So, but I think it'll for them to be at the level where they're consistently competing, like the Patriots, like the Saints, like the Chiefs. They finally got their quarterback, right? So that's not going to be the issue. It's going to be all the other stuff around it. For them to be consistently competing and for us to look at them like, hey, The Jaguars actually are a good organization. That's going to take 3 to 5 years, right? The reason why I think it's going to take that long and it's not going to be sooner is because he's going to have to figure out that Trent Baalke is not the GM, that Trent Baalke needs to get out as the GM. Trent Baalke has never had a good process as a general manager. He had a terrible process in San Francisco, which is why they ran him out of town there. He had a terrible process this offseason, especially in the draft this year. The only thing that will save Trent Baalke is that he has the right quarterback and he has the right coach. So he can suck, but because the quarterback is going to get his stuff together, right? He's not going to play as bad as he played the first 2 games. And the coach is as good as he's going to be. The failures of Trent Baalke in bringing in talent, especially through the draft, his failures are going to get masked by Trevor Lawrence and right? Very, very much like with Brett Veach in Kansas City with the Chiefs, right? A lot can get masked under a great coach, Andy Reid, and a great quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. So, I'm right there. All right, so Jaguars fans, be patient. As far as the Jaguars this week versus the Arizona Cardinals, I have looked at this game all offseason, and I thought that at first I thought the Jags would go 3-1 in the first 4 games. Then I got very, very nervous the week leading up to the Texans, which I did disclose to Edward prior to the game. I was like, I don't know about this, but I think that this is the week that things turn around for them, and the Cardinals. The Cardinals are going to finally have to pay for the flaws in how they play, and really a lot of it is Cliff Kingsbury, and so but their flaws are gonna come to pay this week, and then the Jags have been very close on a lot of things and that haven't come to fruition.
I'm gonna just say it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Bet 100 they don't win.
Oh my God.
That's not the Cardinals. That's not my fight. So I just had to say it for Isaac because I felt it in his spirit. But we know you're not a betting man.
I want to back you up, bro. But
all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, is sit back and watch Sunday unfold, and I don't think anybody's going to be surprised with the outcome.